good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. Today, guys, going to share with you another fantastic holster from Craft Leather Holsters, and this is the bad boy right here. Pretty awesome. Today I'm also going to share with you guys to match this, one of their matching amazing top quality leather belts, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. I'll show you what it looks like. But let's talk about this holster. Let's talk about Craft. So Craft is obviously a holster company, and they've been in business now for, I've been working with them probably about a couple of years. I discovered the brand just really through them reaching out to me and saying, hey, we'd like to send you a holster review. We like your content. We like your energy, and let us know what you think. And one of the important things about this company that they were very clear on was be honest with your review. I know that seems like, all right, I know it seems kind of like common sense, but in the day and age of advertising and YouTube influencers, this is kind of a different ballgame when it comes to advertising, right? Of course, naturally, anybody who I guess looks at a commercial or a review is going to think that that person, of course, is going to say good things about the product. I really appreciate the fact that they were like, listen, it doesn't really matter what you say. We want to learn from this. We want to make sure that people are going to be happy with the product. And, let's share this product with the rest of the world. Let your subscribers know what you really think about it. This way a company can actually learn and grow from this experience, right? And this opinion. Now, these are all opinions. One person, like anything else out there, one person might have really great things to say about a product, like Invicta Watches, right? And then other people are just going to tear them apart. Everybody has their own motivation behind what they say. And, you do have to kind of, I guess, question people's integrity and honesty. Now, again, that goes for me too. You guys, if you've seen my videos and I think 1,300 different videos, if you've been watching me for a while and we've built sort of a rapport, a little bit of trust, if you've trusted me on, ordering these different products that I've reviewed, I respond to every single comment that I get. Every comment gets read, nobody else is reading them, and every comment gets a reply. So if you've had a problem with something, I would always reach back out and try to figure out, what happened. Was it just a one-off? Of course, companies are going to have return policies. They are going to have, guarantees, and those things have to be fulfilled within a certain time frame. A company a lot of times isn't going to make something that they're going to warranty forever, right? Some do. Like tourist handguns, they're warranted for a lifetime, right? So it really depends on the company. But what's most important, if you guys have been watching me for a while, and you trust my recommendations on a lot of these great watches or any product that I review, hopefully you trust me on this. Now remember, again, just because I say that something's really great, it doesn't mean you can not get it and have a problem with it, right? These things do happen. They can happen with any product at any price point. But I will tell you that I can wholeheartedly, again, recommend this holster company. So let's check it out. Let's check out the stitching. Let's check out the leather. Right off the bat, and again, these are kind of things you can't feel. When you get this in your hand, you feel the quality. It's a different story. On a video, there's only so much I can relay. What I can relay is I have a lot of holsters, right? I have a decent number of guns, decent number of holsters, and I like to experiment buying different things on Amazon, trying different sellers. Unfortunately, and fortunately at the same time, a lot of the holsters I wear now are always the Craft brand. It's not because, there's people out there watching me and photographing me. Once I turn off this video, nobody knows what I actually do. But I do appreciate the quality of the product. And I'll tell you, I found holsters on Amazon, 30, 40 bucks. They're nice. They're not bad. Don't get me wrong. But this is a little bit of a cut above the quality you're going to find at that price point. Now, let's talk price right off the bat. This is only 59 bucks. And, I mean, you can see it's double stitched. In this case, the stitching is done in white. And I believe on this particular model, I think it's done in white. I think it's the only option. Let me see what they do in the black. In the black, they do it in the black stitching, which is too bad because I think what really sets this holster apart is the white stitching, not just the quality but the stitching is what really makes it kind of pop, right? What's interesting is that the other holsters I reviewed, again, this is about my 7th holster with them. I kept seeing their Instagram posts. And one of their models or employees was constantly wearing this style of holster with the brown and the white. And I'll tell you, I have a paddle holster by Craft already in it for my for the same gun, the Canik TP9. And I was like, man, I wish mine had the white stitching. I kept seeing them photograph this guy with this beautiful holster. And don't get me wrong, they're all beautiful. They're all great, functional, and high quality. But I was like, man, why are they showing that? Is that like a custom holster? Because they do have a custom shop. So I thought this was like a custom holster. And my contact was like, no, this is the model here. So, again, this is kind of one of the few holsters they have that has the white stitching on the brown, and I think it's a really rich, very warm look, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think with anything, when it comes to, you know, if you are a gun enthusiast, you know, I mean, I know some guys wear things just for straight functionality, and they're going to give you that with this, but isn't it nice to wear something that kind of is stylish as well? And I think when you have an outside-the-waist holster like this is, I think it's important to be stylish, you know? And I think this is a very stylish, very cowboy-ish, if I'm using the right words for it, holster, right? So, I mean, again, you know, amazing quality. I mean, beautiful, beautiful leather work. I love that they have this extra kind of flap of leather where it's extra thick right around the top of the gun. And they have, of course, they have CAT monogrammed. Yours isn't going to say CAT, of course. You can get 3 letters and decide what you want to get monogrammed. Because I always do these, you know, these reviews and stuff, I keep my personal life completely separate, so not many people, you know my identity or my real name. But CAT is my alias. You know, that's what I use on the channel. So I think it looks pretty cool for purposes of the video. Now, unfortunately, you can't get different fonts or anything like that, and that might be something maybe down the road they work on. I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to kind of have, you know, do sky's the limit when it comes to monogramming. I love cursive, you know, I like the Gatsby kind of fonts. I think that would be really cool as well. And that might be something they might want to look into down the road, but really cool, you can customize it. And the neat thing about that is if you do have this monogrammed with your own initials, you know, I mean, the odds of something getting stolen or whatnot, but it definitely personalizes it, you know what I mean? Let's read about what they say about this particular holster. You know, again, guys, I do encourage you to click the link in the description and just read what their manufacturer has to say. It is an outside the waistband holster. It carries the gun at the 4 o'clock position, which is on your dominant side. They say it's a handmade product, of course. Key parts are the double stitching. They have a partial sweat guard on this here, so it's just touching against your body. I generally will tuck my shirt underneath that sweat guard. Available for right-handed shooters only, it says on this. That's what it says in the description, but yeah, it looks like you can, no, only available. Why they make that for right hand only? So it is only available for right hand shooters. Custom glove-like fit. Again, 4 o'clock carry position. The color on this is done in mahogany. Again, if you order a different craft holster, I think there's different color browns. This one is the mahogany. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're like, oh, I love the way it looks, but you choose a different model, or maybe you don't like the white stitching, whatever the case may be, just make sure you pay attention to the colors. I'm not sure if the browns are all mahogany across the brand. And this was produced by Craft Holster with a 5-year warranty. Some of these holsters will actually say Craft and then Falco. Depending on which holster you order, some are holsters that they actually contract with Falco holsters for Craft for their specifications to be sold by Craft. Other ones are done specifically by Craft. This one is specifically by Craft. What's cool about this too is my guy actually monogrammed this personally for me. So kind of nice. I like building, you know, business relationships with people. It's nice that they have their own little touch. Like a human, a guy that I know who I talk to and communicate with did this for me. So pretty cool. And they'll do it for you as well. Not sure if it'll be my guy, but nonetheless, it'll get done and it'll get done right. So, I mean, not really too much else to say about it. Price point, 59 bucks. I mean, that's from everything that I've seen on Amazon, all different things you can get, different holsters you can get, that's extremely competitive price. They do call this a pancake holster. And what I like about this style holster, you know, I've said it before, everybody's going to have an opinion, especially in firearms, you know. Guys are always going to have different reasons for why they do different things and wear different things. And I had one guy, who was one of my subscribers, who actually, you know, enjoys my channel. You know, it was one of the upside down, small to back holsters. He's like, oh, I worry when I see people carrying holsters like this. It's like, dude, don't worry, man. It's like, you're not the one carrying it. People always want to interject their opinions about how much they know. You know what I mean? Ultimately, you can carry a gun however you want to carry it. It's totally personal preference. You're not right, I'm not wrong, and vice versa, okay? So, Craft, the nice thing about Craft is they make a whole slew of holsters for whatever style you like, whatever way you want to carry a gun, they make it. Now, I will say I do prefer the pancake style holsters. You know, I have the paddle holsters, I have the shoulder holsters. They all get worn, they all get used, depending on what I'm doing, but I love the pancake style holster. I mean, and let me just demonstrate again for purpose of the video. I'm not going to demonstrate it, guys. I mean, we're not children here. And if you are children, you shouldn't be watching this anyway. Or, you know, I mean, always use safety. Anytime you handle a gun, always make sure that it's cleared and unloaded. This is completely empty. It's been done prior to the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop it in the holster. Fits like a glove. Absolute perfect fit. Now, you might be saying, all right, well, you know, Phatkat, I have the Canik TP9. This is the TP9DA. They make the SA. and they don't have that listed on their site, right? If you want to order this. I ordered mine for the Walther P99. The Canik TP9 is a clone of the Walther P99. So generally, across the board, most of the holsters you're going to find for a Walther P99 will fit the Canik TP9. So that's what I do. I basically, order the Walther holsters and they fit absolutely perfect like a glove. This is not the only holster I've ordered for this gun. All the Walther holsters by Craft fit perfect. It's great. There's no tension adjustment, but you can see we're not going to carry it this way, but upside down, it definitely holds the gun in just, naturally with the leather. Sometimes with the Craft holsters or any leather holster for that matter, you might have to use some break-in solution, which they have given me in some orders. I'm not sure if they give that to every order. I kind of forget, so definitely read the website, check it out. I'm sure my contact will see the video and let me know, and I'll drop a comment or put it in the description. Sometimes they can be a little tight, but this one here, for everything I've gotten for the Canik or the Walther P99, it fits perfectly. No reason to really spray any of that stuff on there. You can, but it works. Something to be noted too, remember leather is something you want to take care of. What I normally do with a lot of my leather holsters is some of the older ones. Once they get a little bit worn, I'll just go ahead and use some clear shoe polish on them and give them a nice buff. It brings out some of the richness of the leather. You can use other things like saddle soap, and there's all kinds, a whole slew, Saphir products, there's all kinds of stuff you can use for leather conditioning, but I think it's a good idea to keep the leather soft and supple, make sure it's going to give you a long life. Even though you have a 5-year warranty, you still want to maintain, the leather's integrity. So absolutely beautiful, stunning holster. I love the brown with this burnt bronze Canik, although any gun that you put in this holster is going to look great. So let me just go ahead and show you now the belt to show you what it looks like on the person. So I know this doesn't really too relevant, like when I do watches or boot reviews, it kind of makes a difference. But I am 178 pounds, 5'7.5", and so this is what this gun looks like on a guy my size, my proportions. That might be helpful, might not. Just want to mention it regardless. So let me just show you the belt. So this is one of their beautiful leather belts, and I'll tell you that if you are going to order a holster from them, I would encourage you as well just to order a belt. I have tons of different belts. I have a pretty big wardrobe full of stuff. And, when I'm carrying a gun, some of the more dress style belts, whether it be, I really prefer the ratchet style buckles. They're very comfortable, but they don't have that toughness that something like this has. And I forgot to mention, the holster will support up to a 1.5-inch wide belt. So that's most belts out there. And again, but getting back to the thickness, this is a nice thick belt. If you compare this to a lot of dress belts that a lot of us wear, and that could be any belt that you buy from your big box stores, your brick and mortar stores. A lot of them are pretty thin. I'd probably say they're a third the thickness of this. So what's great about when you're carrying any kind of firearm or anything around your waist, it's nice to have something that's pretty rigid. And this belt is absolutely fantastic. Plus, it matches the leather, and it has that white stitching as well. So, extremely nice. Now, the only thing, and also monogrammed as well, forgot to point that out there, pretty cool. The only thing I'll say about the belts, my only negative, my only gripe, let me just bring this up a little bit here. And this isn't really, it's more of a personal thing. My only gripe is the sizing. So, I wear a 29-inch jean, okay? Most jeans, if you're going with Wrangler, their size are all over the place, about 34. But on average, if I go into any brick and mortar store and I'm going to grab jeans off the shelf, I'm going to wear a 29, okay? Sometimes a 30. But with this belt, if you look at how much extra material it has, this is the medium. I do have one of these belts in black, and with my particular size, and again, I don't know what my actual waist measurement is. Remember, waist measurements aren't always how you wear jeans. Generally us men, we don't wear them too high, we wear them at the hips. I don't have a lot of hip, I don't have a lot of butt, and so, 29s fit me perfectly. I mean, even with a 29, there's still a little bit of room in there. With a belt like this, you can't order the belt based on your jean size, okay? Because technically I'd be a small, but when I get the small belts, I'm using I believe the second to last ring or notch on the belt, okay? With this, with the medium, I am all the way up to, the second to last. Now, belts like this, you could very easily add a hole if you needed to. I've done that many times. Heat up a hot nail. Be very careful about it. Burn right through the leather. It works fine. It almost cauterizes the leather. But you're going to have this extra material. On a belt that doesn't have this beautiful stitching on it, you can snip it. I've done that before, but belts like this, you can't do that because you'll unravel the stitching. So, you know, I think that what Craft really should do with these belts, and it's not really a problem. I can tuck this right underneath my custom Cobra knife sheath. I've done a review on that in case you're wondering. It looks fine, doesn't look out of place, but it would be really nice if Craft would just kind of tweak their sizes a little bit. Now, this might be something that's just my waistline, you know what I mean? It might not be anything that most people have to deal with, but for me, I would think that if you're going to, the small should really have been maybe added an extra inch, and maybe the medium an extra inch taken off, you know. Again, it's not a gripe, it's just a little bit of a complaint because I'm almost like a half size. If it was a small and a half, that would be absolutely perfect. But nonetheless, it still fits fine. I just wanted to throw that out there based on, you know, if you're a guy similar to my size and you're ordering a belt, you may not like that extra material, then order the small and you'll know you'll be at the second to last rung. If you go ballooning up on pizza, you're going to have to get a second belt. So get a medium. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful belt. And what I love about the Craft stuff, I brought this up before. I like to tell stories in my videos, so if you don't like it, sorry. But, you know, I like scent is very, you know, when I do cologne reviews, scent is something that really kind of like rings with me, you know what I mean? I always smell something that reminds me of something. So what I love about Craft holsters is that this leather has a certain smell. It has a very Western smell. It reminds me of when I walk into, as a kid, this Western wear store. It just has that odor of those leather boots and the leather belts, and of course the leather saddles and all that stuff. And the thing is, you might think, oh, leather smells the same. It doesn't. I don't get that with a lot of the jackets I have. It's a very specific, I don't know if it's the way the leather's produced or the type of leather, but it's a very nostalgic smell for me. And if you've ever been around anything Western related, these belts and holsters have that smell. So pretty cool, just side note. But beautiful, beautiful quality, amazing customer service. Let me show you what the holster looks like on. Now this is the only, if you haven't checked out my pancake review I did on the Beretta M93A holster, which is an outside the waistband canted pancake holster as well, but it has the snaps instead of the belt loops. I'll tell you, I wish they would make this one with the snaps. And what I like about the snaps, you don't have to take your whole belt off. A little bit more convenient. You still have to undo the belt, but this is a little bit more of a pain to take on or off. And I brought it up in other videos. Sometimes you get home after you're out, you want to just take your gun off, work at your desk, whatever. It's nice to be able to pop it off real quick, whereas this, you got to take the whole belt off. Again, very small gripe, where, you know, it doesn't take that long, but it's worth mentioning, right? So let me just show you. Obviously, I don't have to explain how you put this on. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's body's going to have this in a little bit of a different spot. Depending on what I'm doing with it, or doing throughout the day, sometimes I'll wear this a little bit more towards the back. I find this is a little bit more comfortable for me. And, you know, again, your firearms. Some of these high-capacity magazines, or firearms with these magazines, they kind of have a longer grip. And so what I find is I do kind of bang the back of the gun on things just walking around. You wouldn't think that would happen, but it does. It pokes into my leather, but if I'm going to get in my car, I'll try to move it a little bit more to the side. So it just depends on your personal preference. When I move mine to the side, it's right on my hip, and it kind of wants to kind of jet out. So perfect spot for me is right above that right butt cheek. But I'll show you how the gun fits in there. I mean, absolutely flawless. It looks good. It feels good. I mean, it's just a great quality holster. You know, again, you can move it wherever you want it, you know. But what I want to encourage you guys is, if you're interested in the look of this holster and this particular one, if you go to, I'll put some pictures on my Instagram page as well, but if you go to Craft on Instagram, they have this holster on most of their pictures. It's probably one of their most popular holsters, so it's probably why they have so many pictures of it. But just keep that in mind, you know. With this company, a lot of times, and I deal with it all the time when it comes to sellers buying on eBay and different things, sellers will put their best foot forward when it comes to the pictures. I totally get that, and showing you what this thing looks like. Sometimes you get it, and it doesn't look anything like the pictures. With Craft, what you see is what you get. What they advertise is what you're actually going to get. So, honest company, great quality, competitive price points, you really can't go wrong. So let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever about this belt and holster combination, about anything whatsoever. I'm always here to help you out. I want to thank Craft again for their generosity. Craft is the reason why I keep spending my money on firearms, because every time I get a gun, they're like, "Yep, we'll send you a holster." And a lot of times I'm like, "Yep, I need to get that gun so I can get that holster." So it's just, they put me in the poorhouse. You know, what can I say? But all joking aside, I mean, definitely check them out. If you're in the market for a holster, a leather holster specifically, I really would look no further. I mean, I don't think whether or not our agreement goes on forever, I hope it does, but, you know, companies have different things they want to do at different times. I hope it's something that we can collaborate on forever. But I'll tell you right now that, you know, whatever happens down the road, if I, you know, when I buy different firearms, I'm a collector as well. You know, so of course I'm going to get other firearms. But no matter what gun I get, I'm going to end up buying a holster for it. It's something you just do, right? And so I can tell you right now that I really prefer leather. I like the Kydex. Those are all great too. I wear them at different times, but I really do prefer the look of leather and the feel of leather. And I'll tell you that no matter what gun I ever get, whether I'm in a collaboration with them or not, I'm probably going to buy a craft holster. I mean, there's really no other reason for me to go with any other brand. They're really kind of my go-to, and I can't imagine anybody else making a holster that's going to be as competitively priced, that's going to give you the same quality. I mean, why look elsewhere? You already found the perfect holster company. So that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I like the brand, and I think you guys will too. So again, drop me a comment, drop me an email if you have any questions. Do subscribe to the channel if you like the content. As you guys know, some folks will subscribe to me for watches, some for gun stuff. You know, I appreciate any subscriber. It is appreciated when you guys drop comments. I'm always flattered with any comment that anybody has the time to put forth. So thank you. And if I can help you and give back a little bit by helping you, decide on something or get you an answer, I'm more than happy to do so. So again, thank you, Craft. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, and take care.